Hi, this is Marie, and Russell's not here today, but we are still standing with Ukraine. And he's not here because we have 3 guests today. We have Svitlana, CEO of Dobro New England Incorporated, and we also have Oksana. You'll have to help me with your last name.
Korpalo.
Korpalo. Oksana Korpalo. She lives in Ukraine and is here visiting right now. And we also have Kyle Logan, and he's an American here, but these two are engaged. And Oksana has some stories about how life has been in Ukraine, and Kyle also has been experiencing that since he's spent a lot of time in Ukraine himself. And of course, we're privileged today to have Svitlana, because we've been helping her for over 4 years with the efforts of getting humanitarian aid into Ukraine, which is also important. I'm actually going to start with you, Svitlana, to tell us a little bit about what you do and the kind of help that is needed right now in Ukraine.
Yes, my name is Svitlana Razgon, so I am CEO of Dobro New England, and we started our nonprofit beginning of war. We started with some Ukrainian ladies who is very motivated to help Ukrainians, relatives and friends and people who is in the front lines. Mm-hmm. And right now we are continue working all this 4 years. It's already 5th year, actually, and it's a lot of needs, like on the beginning and now, like if it's some stuff what we send in, or soldiers losing after explosion, or they get injured, so we help them to, like, and the most important needs on that moment.
So do you work with like a medic that tells you what they need to help save?
We work with different brigades. We have helping like different front lines, different locations, different cities, and they mostly close to the front line, like volunteers who is doing the stuff what we're asking them to do. And so from US, we send in humanitarian aid very often, like we using shipping companies, and they send it directly to the last point where the soldier can pick it up.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it's like addressed help to, like, boxes coming and soldiers pick up and just going to the front line, or medic going to help. It depends what people donate us. We all the time asking to donate us first aid, whatever you have, like stuff. We all that are taken. Sometimes people keep it at home and they don't need it, but you can just donate it to us and we can send
like
to
first
Ukraine.
Aid kits?
Yes.
People donate first aid kits?
Yes, not just that. They can like have bandages. They have like some people even have tourniquets at home. I don't know why, but some people it's like, I have it at like long time. It's just like, okay, we can use it. Whatever. Yes, we have like wet naps. People give us like, sometimes I'm not expecting stuff, but they really like good for military and for soldiers who injured. Like yesterday, I brought full car of the medical supplies and stuff. Somebody in Hampton Beach, his name Dave, so he collecting medical, like first aid stuff and some items for Ukraine.
That's good.
Yes, and like for broken legs, he brought me boots. It's all stuff what like people in war very much needs help. It's like sometimes people don't think that it's like simple stuff, but they don't have stuff like to have it in the needs, like the last minute, just.
I understand that. And I remember one of the early pictures from at the beginning when you would send some stuff. Sometimes you actually sent money and they would buy things there. And I saw a picture with some medicine, and I learned how to read some Cyrillic. So I saw valeriana. And that's like very simple. It's an herb. It's a valerian root in English. And it's a calming herb. So it's something that's kind of necessary to calm when there's like a lot of bombing. And so, Oksana, you live there. Can you tell us where you live?
I live on a safer part of Ukraine. It's west part.
The west part?
Yes.
Okay, so I got a map here. And I'm going to block myself so you can kind of point out where.
Al means Lviv, I believe.
Yes.
So we're living like here.
Close to Lviv.
Close to Lviv, close to the border with Poland.
But even though it's a safer place, have you experienced bombing there?
Yes, we did. Not as much as, and we can like compare with Kiev or West Ukraine, but we got not a couple of times, but more than a couple of times bombing in Ukraine. So the full-scale invasion started like everywhere in Ukraine. So basically at the same time, Russia bombed like all airports. Basically, whole Ukraine was like all of our airports in Ukraine. In 2022, they tried to destroy it. And recently, when Kyle and I we were in Ivano-Frankivsk, Russia tried to hit second time SBU. Help me with.
It's like the SBU is like the sort of Homeland Security and Police Anti-Terrorism Department.
And they tried to hit there?
Yes.
Yes, but they failed, but they hit 2 apartments in the building basically next door.
Oh, gee.
Then nobody can live in them. They're too destroyed.
Yes.
So those apartments, and many apartments had their windows shattered.
My experience in seeing the news, it appears that wouldn't have been a miss, that they seem to want to hit and terrorize people and places where people go, not military.
Part of it is Russia hasn't figured out, especially the military, what are strategic. Ukraine is very decentralized. And so they're trying to hit, they're frustrated and they know they can't win in that sense. So they're trying to terrorize the civilians into
To leave?
or submission or giving up. But Ukrainians are resilient. They keep going an hour after an attack. They reopen their businesses, you see. Even near us, maybe within 3-4 hours, the businesses on that street were up and running again.
Wow.
Yes.
We can call it as a name like as a terrorism, because what's the military reason to destroy the Pechera Lavra in Kiev? For example,
cathedral that you saw maybe a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
yeah, and
that's
recently
right.
they destroyed like a warehouse of Nova Poshta. It's like Ukrainian UPS service, so it's like nothing. Maybe Svitlana passed something really important. That is why.
Yeah.
But it's not military reasons to destroy it at all.
Yeah, I remember because I turned my art into humanitarian aid for Ukraine and hand over the money to Dobro New England. And one day I wanted to paint a child in a field. And there was like a village in the background. But when I picked it up to work on it, it was on Palm Sunday when they bombed a church. So I had to tell the story. And I put fire in the background. So, yeah, my experience is that. Do you have a story, Oksana, that's something that you'll remember forever about?
What I will remember forever, like I will start probably with like how the life changed in Ukraine. So we have at 9 a.m. we have Ukrainian anthem, and like a minute of silence when we are like reminding, and everybody are stopped in the middle of the street. If you're driving, like basically everything is stopped at 9 a.m. And I don't know when it will be not doing anymore. Like I think we will be living with this minute of silence forever. But because it's I don't know how, like who will stop this, who will be as, I don't know, stupid or crazy to stop doing it once. Politically, I mean, yeah. And
remind people that you
Yeah.
have to remember, and people that have to like appreciate lives given
Because in
the war.
in every village, every city, they have huge banners of everybody missing, who's been killed, or who's a POW. And you go to the graves, every cemetery in almost every village and city I've been to, I've seen, there's flags of the Ukrainian flag and for soldiers who've been killed.
Is that a story of what you'll remember? Or
That's one of them. So one of the stories, I met a British guy who had worked most of his life in Mallorca in Spain, and he had married a Ukrainian, and then around 2018 he had moved to Kharkiv in the eastern part of Ukraine, and he had shaheeds or missiles had flown into his apartment, killed his wife. He's partially deaf now. Apartment was totally destroyed, and he is moved to the western part of the country. He doesn't have any children, so he doesn't have any sort of strong social network anymore, because his wife was his main social network in Kharkiv, and she was killed.
But he remains in Ukraine.
He still likes it, but I think it's more difficult, of course. And
Wow.
yeah, we met him like
It's really
recently in
sad.
one of them cases. It's really a really sad story. Yeah, my friend buried her husband because he was killed on the war, like last fall. It's also like a traumatic episode of her life and like my life. It was a horrible fall and it's really, I don't know, like I was trying to support her, but I was out of any words and any things I can do for her at that moment.
So hard, yeah.
It's really, really hard.
So why is it so important, Svitlana, that Americans I don't know. I'm still thinking about that.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, she's almost crying.
Yeah.
It's like for every person, you know, I cannot stand when people die every day. Like this, what happens recently in Kiev. So Ukrainian has this Patriot system, but they cannot shoot and like all that missiles coming. They like bare hand from all that attacks. They need these rockets. Please give, like the U.S. government can't help, and all these people who died.
You mean like
couple
the
days.
Patriot system?
Correct.
Yes, yes. So they needed the rockets to shoot.
Yeah, they used to have more, and it was a little safer. You know?
But they've run out because you eventually use them up, shooting things.
Oh my goodness.
And Ukrainians use that very like in the right, like very carefully and very like if you really have missiles, you know, on like different type of like Shaheds or different drones, they able to catch it easily, and it's big numbers. It's more than 100 every day. It's not it's not like one time or something. It's constantly, big amount. It's like they send in like
500 drones plus 40 missiles.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen like patterns where they try to do it so nobody can know where it's going to land, and they have like some fake ones in with the
So-
live ones.
That reminds me of something. So the air alarm you get when they have the either missile or drones in the air, usually it blankets the whole country because they don't know where it's going to go. And as it gets closer, they say, oh, it's not going to hit this territory or this oblast or province or this city. So then it goes off. The sirens are outside. There's an app also.
Yeah, Svitlana was telling us about that in one previous video interview that we did with Svitlana, that she was sitting there and she was like, okay, ready to go, but somebody that you were with said, oh, no, don't worry, got to wait a little bit.
Yes,
Like
you
it's almost
just on the
too
map
common.
because it's all the time.
Correct.
It's like
All the time.
it's like
Oh.
So the
they
one
look and it's like okay, they call moped, like moped flying.
The one that hit Ivano-Frankivsk hit in like around 2, 3, 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Then you'll have one at 11 p.m., 2:30 in the morning. There's no exact pattern.
Yeah, and Ivano-Frankivsk, that's where you live. Yeah. I did have another question for you, Kyle. So what would you say to Americans that believe that all this is too far away for Americans here to worry about?
So I would say war is too far until it's too close. You never know when it will come. I don't think anybody in Ukraine thought, a vast majority of people thought that Russia was going to invade, and it's senseless madness that we've seen in places like Bucha or Irpin. And that this is also protecting. We don't know also if Russia wins here, where it will go next. Will it go where we have contractual obligations with NATO members, such as Poland or the Baltics or Romania? And even though we don't see it in our main news, it's still there. People are dying every day. There are bombs going off at night because people in Kyiv, basically, they go to bed, then they hear the air alarm, then they run to the shelters or the metro system, and then they they're exhausted, and then they go to work the next day. And it's the cycle.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I think that they're trying to keep you at a state of alert. So if you don't get enough sleep, it's hard to be logical about things. It's hard to live happily because your mind is strained from the lack of sleep. Has that affected you at all, Oksana?
As I told you, like from the very beginning, like it's a West Ukraine, so it's not as usual. Like it's unpredictable, as Kyle told us, but it's not as usual as Kyiv or West Ukraine. So I didn't feel like as exhausted as other people, and I really don't know like how they are surviving there. It's really difficult. That is why like people are just tired, and they're not going to shelters as much as they're supposed to do, basically because they are like tired and exhausted of everything.
Yeah, so like one last question for like all of you. So each of you give me a little bit on this, where what keeps, you're not Ukrainian, but you've lived there, and so what do you experience? What do you think gives Ukrainians the strength to keep going like this? You mentioned a little bit about their will and their resistance, but
There's no other good option. If they don't stop fighting, Russia will mow down the country. There's no plan B.
yeah. So So for you, Oksana, what helps you to keep going? And
I'm like a positive person. I'm always saw more like, I don't know, my glass is more full than less water in it. And it also helps to motivate you to live, to keep doing, to work, and never give up.
okay,
I think it's in our DNA.
so
like,
that's your answer.
Yes, to get target, and it's like, no, you cannot take my land, you cannot take us. Yes.
Yeah, because you've mainly been here and helping from here over there, but you've gone there too.
Yeah, but I still have my classmates, my teachers. I love with them very much, everyone. And I cannot imagine all this will be destroyed.
Yeah.
When you see the part of the Ukraine that is like Donetsk area or Lugansk, it's like, it's just nothing there anymore. You cannot see. I don't want that to see. I don't want them to go far. As far as they go, it's all will be burned land.
Yeah, that's awful.
And
But
I
you
want
have so much to tell us, and so we're going to have to do this again. And so I'm going to leave that here because we've kind of run out of time, and I still want to thank Concord TV, as usual, for helping us to put this show on and bring people here who are still standing with Ukraine. It's so important, I think, to keep this effort on people, on your minds. And so
Please
we're going
call
to come
your
back.
senators and your congressmen.
There's so much you can do that's free, and that's one of them. And you can follow us on Still Standing with Ukraine on our YouTube channel, which is called Still Standing with Ukraine. And you can check us out on our Sunflower of Ukraine on Facebook group. And we will post when we do fairs and turn our art and crafts into humanitarian aid in Ukraine. Slava Ukraini,
Героям слава.
which is glory to Ukraine.
Glory to heroes.
Yes. Thank you.